Hi, Kaimani. I'm trying this out for the first time, so be patient with me. Your mom mentioned that you were having some issues with your math homework, so I'm going to do a couple of just sample problems. So first I'm going to do an example of multiplying fractions. So I'm going to do 1/2 times 1/3. Now when you're multiplying fractions, I know that fractions can be kind of scary, but with this you're just going to multiply the top number straight across. This is your numerator, you're just going straight across, so 1 times 1 would be 1, 2 times 3, your denominator would be 6. So 1/2 times 1/3 would be 1/6. You're just multiplying straight across. Your denominator will change with addition and subtraction with fractions. Say if I were to add 1/3 plus 2/3, my denominator would stay the same. So it would be only the numerator would change. So 1 plus 2 equals 3. My denominator would stay 3. And actually when it's something like 3/3, that equals 1 whole. So that would actually be equal to 1. I'm going to try one more thing. I know you're also adding mixed numbers, which I understand is probably complicated, and I'm not sure if you're using area models to do this, but I'm going to show you just how to do it the normal way. So 1 and 1/2 plus 1 and 1/2. Okay, so these are my whole numbers, 1 plus 1, so I'm going to go ahead and add those. 2, I've got 1/2 plus 1/2. I'm going to add my numerator. 1 plus 1 is 2. My denominator stays the same. 2. They're both 2, so they're going to stay 2. And just like before, that 2 over 2 is going to be equal to 1. So I'm going to add 2 plus 1. So my answer to 1 and 1/2 plus 1 and 1/2 is actually going to be 3. Okay? Try one more. So I'm going to say 1 and 1/3 plus 1 and 1/6. Okay. When you're adding fractions or subtracting fractions, you always have to have a common denominator. Okay, so that means your denominator has to be the same for you to add them together. So for me to change to the same denominator, I need to think of which number will both numbers go into. Okay, 6 will go into 6 one time. 3 will go into 6 two times. So the 1/6 is going to stay the same, pretty much, but I'm going to show you a trick with that. So 1/3, think about what you multiply by 3 to get 6. So you can count by 3s. 3, 6. So you say 3 twice, so 3 times 2 is 6. So I'm going to multiply my 1/3 by 2 over 2, because what I multiply on the bottom, I'm going to multiply on the top. So 1 times 2 is 2, 3 times 2 is 6. So now I have my 2/6, and I can add that to 1/6 because they both have the same denominator. So I'm going to say 2/6 plus 1/6 is 3/6. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 and 3/6. I can simplify that 3/6. I don't know if you're doing simplifying fractions yet. Probably not. But I can reduce that down to its simplest form by dividing 3/6 by 3 over 3. And I'm just showing you this. I don't think you're doing it yet. So 2, it would be 2. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so 2 1/2 would be my final answer. But I don't think you're simplifying the fractions yet. So I just wanted to show you an example. I hope that helps. I don't want you to be worried about it. I know fractions are tricky, and I know you're having trouble getting on the computer, and that's fine. We're all kind of having technical difficulties. You're not the only one who's having trouble. We just want you to keep, working while we're away from school, and I know it's a weird time, and I don't want you to stress about anything. And we all miss you, and hope you're doing well. And if you have any more questions, I'll talk to you later. Let me know, okay? Bye.